Hello everyone. How many bullets do you think are required to beat Call of Duty World at War? Can't be that many. I mean, when you think about it, how many objectives in this game are actually tied to physically shooting your gun? Sure, I mean, lots of missions have objectives related to killing enemies or destroying targets, but most of those, I assume, can be completed by knifing, right? Let's find out. Starting off easy with Semper Fi, you could pretty much breeze through every objective by substituting your gun for your knife. You want to shoot that enemy? No, don't. Stop that. Guy's a little too far away to be reached by your standard stabity-doo?
Yes.
Well, no problem. Just grab an Arasaka with a bayonet and get to stabbing. Before you know it, you're riding away on your raft to the next mission, Little Resistance.
Call in rocket strikes on those positions now! What are you waiting for, Miller?
Bro, give me a second. Little Resistance is another easy one, where you can just sub in your knife in any situation where your gun would normally do the job. Side note, even though calling it an airstrike in this and a few other missions uses the same button that normally fires your gun, I'm not considering that firing a bullet. I know someone in the comments is going to say something, so don't bother. I'm not going to do anything about it. Or do. I don't care. I'm not your mom. Do whatever you want. Moving on to Hard Landing, which is where we start to run into issues. So you can get all the way through the mission without firing a single bullet, but once you get to the end of the mission, you need to defend the bunker against the attacking Japanese soldiers. Which should be easy, right? Well, it would be if they weren't all outside of the map. Sure, grenades are allowed in this challenge, but you only get 4 of them. Well, 8 if you backtrack all the way through the airfield, full of tanks you don't actually have to destroy, and head to this bunker near the bazooka. But that's still not enough to get the level to progress. If you look in the code, you technically have to kill 18 enemies before the level ends, so we're still about 10 grenades short. If only there was some way to get out of bounds and get down there and knife them. Well, fortunately, there is. So, okay, there is an out-of-map glitch in this level, but it doesn't actually get you anywhere. So you can strafe jump off of this truck and onto the communications building, but after that you're pretty much stuck wherever this is. So we did some testing, and you might technically be able to get on top of this tree in co-op, which would allow you to walk all the way to the ending area by walking this very thin line of player clipping, but even more fortunately, I'm stupid and none of that is necessary. Yeah, so funny story. When I was testing this glitch with a friend of mine, he just casually mentioned, it's a shame the Japanese that climb the wall don't come until the second phase of this attack, because then it would be easy to just sit back and wait for them to get close, and then you could just knife them. But you can't get to the second phase of the attack, right?
Wrong!
Well, looking in the code, you only need to kill 9 enemies before the second half of the attack starts, and with 8 grenades, that should be pretty doable. And it was. Okay, so that's the end of the American missions for now, and unfortunately, we're about to have to shoot our first bullet. In fact, by the end of Vendetta, we'll have shot our first 6 bullets. I'm sure mostly everyone saw it coming, but Vendetta is impossible to do bulletless. No matter what you do in the beginning of the mission, you'll always get caught and Reznov will always die. And even if you were somehow to get out of the fountain and past the patrol without shooting anyone, you still have to do the sniper duel, which at minimum requires 1 shot. So that's 6 shots to get past the sniper duel. Are there any more required shots, I hear you ask? Well, fortunately, the answer is no. If you've seen my video on World of War campaign glitches, which I highly recommend you check out, you know that after the sniper duel, the mission is pretty much over, thanks to this out-of-map glitch. And if you don't know, basically right after the sniper duel, you can do a few halfway precise jumps to get out of the map. You just jump near the edge of this window, knife Amsel, and then you get teleported to the end of the mission without any additional shots. Alright, so going into Their Land, Their Blood, we have 6 required shots for the entire campaign. Surely this mission will go easy on us, right?
Wrong!
Yep, this mission requires 10 Panzer rockets to finish. Once you get to the tank section, each of the 4 initial tanks requires 2 Panzer rockets to destroy. And then 2 more for the last tank that bursts out of the barn. I've tried to bypass the first 4 tanks for hours by looking for out-of-map glitches and exploiting whatever happened here to my advantage. Oh my god. Yeah, apparently the tanks can just die. I don't know what happened, but what I think is one tank shot another tank and managed to destroy it, but I have no idea. The code doesn't really suggest that that is possible. I've also tried to replicate it, but I haven't had any success. So theoretically, if you were able to get one tank to destroy 3 tanks, you could save 6 Panzer shots. But after that, destroying the tank that bursts out of the barn is hard required. And I know it's hard required because there actually is a way to bypass it. You can actually just walk out of this window here and run to the next objective. You can even complete the last objective like normal, but after that, the mission just hangs. Reznov is stuck waiting for you to destroy the final tank, and without him, the mission doesn't end. Side note, if you go back and destroy the last tank after clearing the German camp, you can get Reznov to do whatever this is. Okay, alright. Okay, oh, that hay bale really is rude to you. So biting that bullet, burn him out is next. And actually, things are starting to look up. Even though the game expects you to use the flamethrower to clear the mortar crews, you can just as easily knife them. You might take a few deaths, since there seems to be even more enemies than normal. Okay, we're doing badly. But it's not too hard to get to the end. Same thing with Relentless, just knife your way to victory, you're on to Blood and Iron. So, I know what you're thinking. How on earth are you going to get through the tank mission without firing a shot, huh? Every single objective revolves around shooting something. There's no way that Treyarch would let you just drive to the end without doing anything, right? They just let you drive to the end without doing anything. Yep, it is really that simple. You have to do exactly nothing other than gas it all the way to the finish, and the Commissar just pats you on the back for doing a great job. Ring of Steel and Eviction are more of the same. Stabby stabby, run, more stabby, next mission. And what a next mission it is. Black Cats is a mission unlike any other in Call of Duty World at War. You play as Petty Officer Locke, a gunner aboard the PBY Catalina Manta Ray. His job aboard the plane, his only job, is as the plane's gunner. So surely, as the only gunner whose only job it is to shoot things, surely you're required to shoot, right?
Wrong!
This mission is basically just an auto-scroller that ends in 11.5 minutes with essentially no user input. Pretty much, nothing you do has any bearing on the outcome of the mission, other than it ending a bit faster. Even the final scene where you're supposed to be shooting down zeros, after about 30 seconds or so, 3 zeros will just crash into the ocean in front of you, all cinematic-like you just shot them down, and your crew will just fly away. You thought Blood and Iron was bad? You don't even have to gas it in this mission. You have to do nothing. I mean, I know the challenge is to get through the campaign without shooting anything, but, I'm kind of disappointed. After Black Cats, though, no mission really poses much concern. In order, we have Blowtorch and Corkscrew, Stabby Stabby, Boom Boom, Stabby Stabby, Hooray! Breaking Point, Stabby Stabby, no Boom Boom. It just feels illegal. More Stabby Stabby. Hooray! Heart of the Reich.
No one will ever read this!
Stabby stabby.
Someone should read this.
And finally, Downfall, where a slightly different story is told. Stabby stabby. This might be required shooting. Oh. Never mind. Oh, please. Please, 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 please. God. Hope nothing bad happens to this flag bearer. Oh no. Wow. It's time. So that's it. To beat the World at War campaign, you need exactly 6 regular bullets and 10 Panzer rounds. That's it. So, now you know. Anyway, if you like this video, subscribe to the channel. You see more content like it within 3 to 5 business years. Typically, that's how long it takes to make these things. If you want to see any more of my stuff, you can follow my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Piking9000, where I stream pretty much everything, whatever I want, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday before I go to work at a cool 6 a.m. to 7:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, if you want to watch something before you have to schlep your overworked and underpaid body out of bed and back to the coal mines, why don't you stop by? Anyway, thanks for watching. I love you. Bye.